Xtreme Cinema... Oh, Xtreme Cinema 8 by Densaleagion. If you do enjoy this mod, he urges you to leave an endorsement. He doesn't ask for donations, but endorsements are appreciated. This preset was designed from the ground up to have all the bells and whistles that focus on cinematics, style, and a mix of realism. This is guaranteed to tax even the most powerful rigs. This is intended to be ran at max game settings with max AA. The features are a custom designed plugin LFX for more realistic yet cinematic lighting, tone and colors, the skies and ground, and all weathers and interiors. Even the moon has God rays now. You will only get God rays if you have them enabled in Fallout 4 launcher settings. 3 different bloom effects to hit all the right spots for all the right situations, including Gosselin Bloom, Gem Effects Bloom, and ENB Custom Bloom. Ambient Light Shader for even more dynamic contrast and lighting effects. Screen Space, Global Illumination with Ambient Occlusion. Dynamic Depth of Field, which can be toggled with Page Key down. Light but Cinematic Film Grain, Advanced Immersion Blur, which can be toggled with End Key. 2 variations of Luma Sharpening to crisp the image at the right spots. Emboss shaders with pseudo-parallax effects that add just a smidge more depth to the image in the right spots. Lens dirt and lens effects. I update often enough with more features, tweaks, and fixes to evolve the preset and keep it looking tip-top. New versions, videos coming soon. There is a warning that this preset does require high-end graphics cards. Only use one version of LFX. So if you're using True Storm's compatible version, like I am, then only use that. Do not use 2. Now I'll give my overall consensus of this mod in and of itself. I mean, I could read to you verbatim all the ins and outs and the little quirks and so on and so forth, but I figure that's not what you're here for, considering everybody knows how to read usually. And the mod author is not lying. This ENB is taxing. Even on a 980 Ti water-cooled with a 4790K, I can experience dips into the 40s or even 30s at times. Now, I could possibly overclock, and you could too, to squeeze out a bit more performance, but I really didn't feel the bother. You're welcome to test it out yourself. Maybe I will later, but I didn't do so at the time of this recording. Please forgive my unprofessionalism. But I have to say I do really like this ENB, even though it taxes my system to the point of where I drop below the 60 FPS marker that I've come to enjoy with Fallout and other ENBs. But the trade-off to me seems possibly worth it, simply because it is very stylized. It's very in-depth, it's engrossing, especially in dark areas. If you're not using an IPS panel and you're using a TN panel like me with a high refresh rate, I strongly suggest that you use the correct color balancing for your monitor or color profile, so that way you can get the very best out of this ENB and other ENBs like it, because as we all know, TN panels kind of have an issue with not being that great for color. But overall, I find this mod very pleasing to the eyes, a great and engrossing experience. In the darkest areas while using a Fallout flashlight mod, it truly makes things far more eerie when you're walking around a graveyard or an abandoned building full of feral ghouls. I can only assume that once the Fallout patch with survival mode launches and it's compatible with mods, that this ENB will be perfect for survival mode, especially wandering around at night when you don't know what dangers looming around whatever corner that could possibly perma-death your ass. I strongly suggest that if you have a high enough rig to support this ENB and you like what you see, you use it. If you have an SLI configuration, all the better. Especially if you're using, dual Titans or dual 980 Ti's. You could probably get away with this with dual 970s, but dual 970s pretty much give you just a bit more power than a single 980 Ti, just in case you didn't know. So you'd be seeing the same performance as me. Also, with the added True Storm's Wasteland Edition Thunder and Rain effects redone by fadingsignal, it really does make storms seem even more ominous. I mean, now when there's a radiation storm, you actually feel the need to go somewhere and hide to get away from radiation sickness and poisoning. It's just a beautiful, beautiful touch. This is what Fallout 4 should have launched looking like. Not to say that other ENBs are not great, because they all are. Each one I love for different reasons. And you will love this one as well as others too. If you don't have enough of a beefy rig to play this mod, then don't worry. There are plenty of other ENBs that are very similar in style and look, but offer a bit more performance than this one. Performance, I mean performance friendly. Oh well, I'm beginning to filibuster, and I apologize, I just recently woke up. My sleep is all over the place. Well, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget to endorse your favorite mod authors, and if the mood hits you, feel free to give someone a donation. I know I do when I have the spare money, because I like mods being free with the option to give a donation, and I hope you do too. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.